Hey guys, welcome to the first week in what I hope will be a weekly series recapping the week that was in Portage Trail Conference Athletics. My name is Colin Harris. You may remember me from a series of poorly shot and poorly edited football videos, but here I am right now in the beautiful Record-Courier main office in beautiful Kent, Ohio, and I am here to talk to you about the week that was and the week that will be in Portage Trail Conference basketball. Starting off on Tuesday, Kent Roosevelt traveled to take on Ravenna in a battle of two of the PTC Metro's biggest backyard rivals. Ravenna struck first in this rivalry between the two teams, handing Roosevelt its first loss of the season in a 71-63 contest. Ravenna's guards led the way down the stretch as Anthony Banks and Warren Bradley each came up with big shots for their home team. Trailing Roosevelt to begin the fourth, Bradley scored 6 points in short order to briefly give the Ravens a 52-51 lead. After Roosevelt responded with a basket of its own, Banks answered with a layup that gave Ravenna a lead it would not relinquish. Bradley was a big scorer for the Ravens, finishing with 19 points to lead all players on the evening. Teammate Tyshawn Dukes also recorded a double-double with 17 points and 10 boards. For Roosevelt, Miles Wright kept the team in contention for much of the night, leading his team in scoring with 18 points to go along with 10 boards for the Roosevelt big man. In other action, over in the county division, Streetsboro took on Southeast, and Streetsboro got some help from its outside shooting down the stretch as they pulled off a 45-42 victory over the Pirates. Paul Jenkins and Avery Van Reef combined to knock down 4 straight three-pointers to give the Rockets a lead that they would not relinquish down the stretch. Jenkins led the way offensively for Streetsboro, finishing with 17 points to go along with 7 boards. Teammate Jerry Judd also chipped in 17 points and 7 rebounds. One of the most talented players in the county division, Jordan Kirch, had a good night for the Pirates. Kirch did his best to keep the Pirates in the game down the stretch, finishing with a double-double, scoring 19 points to go along with 11 of the team's 18 rebounds. Meanwhile, in other county division action, Waterloo and Ritztown, two of the county division's backyard rivals, took battle the first time this season, and Waterloo knocked off Ritztown 63-59 to even its record to 1-1 in the county division. Waterloo's Bobby Watson finished with 21 points to lead the Vikings. 6 of his points came in the fourth quarter as the Vikings erased a Ritztown lead and claimed the victory. With over 3 minutes left in the game, it was Watson who drained a three-pointer to give his team a 60-58 lead. Later in the game, Watson grabbed a key offensive rebound and found teammate Sean Umstadt, who recorded a 3-point play, a bucket, and a foul shot with less than 30 seconds left to seal the win. Watson finished with 10 points to lead Waterloo, while teammate Jacob Flarida finished with 17 points, including 4 three-pointers. For Ritztown, the Rovers were led by Connor Formick, who scattered 17 points and pulled down 10 boards in a losing effort. In other basketball action from Tuesday, the Mogadore Wildcats topped Woodridge 49-42. Field beat Springfield 47-41. Garfield toppled Crestwood 57-56. And what I hear was a tremendous game down the stretch. And Wyndham was defeated by LeBray, who is one of the best teams in the state, 76-27. Ouch. Meanwhile, in girls basketball on Wednesday, I got a chance to see the Ritztown Rovers defeat Garfield. And Ritztown, if you haven't got a chance to watch them under first-year coach Andy Gopp, they're not the most talented team in the league, and they don't have a lot of size, but they play really hard. They rebound the ball, and they seem to come up with some big plays at times. And that was the case Wednesday night against the G-Men as they picked up a 50-48 victory on the road. Trailing 48-47 with around a minute left in regulation, Ritztown intercepted a Garfield inbound pass and pushed it down the floor before Kyan Bresnak hit a layup to give the team a late lead. On the next trip down the court, Ritztown forced another turnover that resulted in points. This time it was Bresnak who hit 1 and 2 foul shots to give the team the deciding score. Bresnak finished with 12 points for Ritztown, while teammate Casey Miracle led the team in scoring with 15 points. Garfield, meanwhile, was paced by teammates Madison Geddes and Grayson Rose, who each finished in double figures with 13 and 11 points apiece. Rose also finished with 10 boards and 6 blocks in a losing effort. Rose, while just a freshman, is a really fun player to watch. She's someone who down the road is going to develop into a really good player for the G-Men if she stays healthy and sticks with it. She is tall. She's about maybe 6'1", 6'2". Not the biggest girl. She's kind of a tall, lean, athletic player, but she seemed to have a knack for getting around the ball, and she seemed to have a knack for blocking shots, which you don't see a whole lot of players like that in the league. It reminds me of Maya Levels from Southeast a couple years ago. Levels was obviously a little bit bigger, a little bit more athletic as she got along in her career, but Grayson seems to have the same ability to kind of impact games and change shots against the opposition that Maya Levels had. The win Getting back to the game, the win improved Ritztown's record to 2-1 in the county, while Garfield fell to 1-1 in county division play. In other action, the Mogadore Wildcats, who at this point in the season seem to be right there with Southeast as favorites in the division, improved to 6-0 after edging out Streetsboro with a 55-46 final. Senior Ashley Barker led the way offensively for the Wildcats, scoring a game-high 24 points to go along with 9 rebounds. Over in the Metro, Ravenna got a big early season win hosting the defending Metro Division champion Norton Panthers, and they beat them 46-43. Deja Sanders led the way for the Ravens with 16 points, and 11 more points came from teammate Jalen Starks. The Ravens improved 2-1 in Metro Division play. Rounding out the league, Kent Roosevelt defeated Springfield 56-21. Coventry topped Crestwood 58-38. Field blew by Woodridge 58-29, while Southeast crushed Waterloo 78-28. Looking ahead to Friday in the boys basketball world, the big game this week sees the Mogadore Wildcats travel to take on Streetsboro. Well, over in the Metro, Ravenna travels to take on Norton. Norton is a really tough place to play. If you've ever been there or seen a game or played there, I'm pretty sure you can relate. The crowd gets rowdy. It just kind of has a weird vibe to it. It's kind of cramped. People are on top of each other. Norton certainly adds to it by being very good and very athletic. They're going to give the Ravens a challenge. I would think Norton is one of the preemptive favorites in the league this year. So if Ravenna can pull off a win there, coupled with its win over Kent Roosevelt earlier this week, they're going to be rolling into a lot of momentum going into the holiday break. Some other games to keep an eye on include Southeast taking on the Waterloo Vikings, Springfield traveling to Kent Roosevelt, and the Ritztown Rovers taking on the Garfield G-Men. Over in girls basketball action on Saturday, Field travels to take on Kent Roosevelt in what's probably the biggest game of the weekend. But another game to keep an eye on sees the Mogadore Wildcats travel to take on Ritztown. Like I said previously, Ritztown's a fun team to watch. They're scrappy, but so it's going to be a real test to see if that scrappiness and that aggressiveness on the boards that they showed against Garfield can carry over into a game against a Mogadore Wildcats team led by Ashley Barker and Grace Riley, who can put up points by the bucket load. If I were a betting man, I would say Mogadore pulls that game out, but you never know. Hard work, like I talked to Southeast senior Brittany Butcher earlier this week and said that hard work and hustle can outplay talent any night, and we'll see if that theory gets put to the test this Saturday when it's going to take on the Mogadore Wildcats. That's it for the first week of whatever this show is going to be called. I haven't thought of anything yet. If you got any ideas, hit me up on Twitter, RC Sports Now. You can follow me on Facebook, like me on Facebook at Colin Harris Record-Courier. You can email me at charris@recordpub.com, or you can visit me at recordpub.com for more information on the PTC, more information from fellow writers Jim Mannion, Eric Clutter. We got a string of other people who cover the county from top to bottom, so visit recordpub.com. And like I said, keep in touch. If you got any ideas for something to name this show, I am all ears. Any comments, suggestions, anything, visit me at what I just told you. And until next time, I will see you inside the PTC.